Konnichiwa and welcome on to Let's Play for a Day, a game I want to once and afterwards nevermore. And today we got Rage, as you can see by the title screen. So, what's the deal with Rage? Is it any good, or is it going to make me rage? Alright, that's enough. Well, I guess I'll just continue the campaign while I'm on it. So, like I said, the big question is this game any good, or is it any bad, or is it going to make me, rage, etc, etc, etc. Alright, I have to say the game is by no stretch of the definition bad. That's as much as I have to give it. It isn't terrible, it isn't unplayable. The problem is that it just has such an incredible amount of wasted, whoops, just drove the wrong way there. God damn it, it steers like ass. It just has such an incredible amount of wasted potential that it's just kind of mind-boggling in the end. The thing with Rage is that it just feels incredibly unfocused. This is one thing I really noticed. But first let's get some facts straight. Rage was released in 2011. It was made by the legendary company who brought you Quake and Doom, that is id Software, and was published by Bethesda. So much to that. And it is kind of... Then again, this is kind of a trend I've seen with most id games recently, that they're just incredibly bland. Just like one of the main gripes I recently have with them. Okay, where do I need to get in? Oh, there's the entrance. Quickly. Get in. Beautiful. This is pretty much a trend I've seen. I played Wolfenstein, which was one of the id shooters, which I honestly really liked. And then came, how was the game called again? Singularity. And Singularity was pretty much what Rage is. It is basically a decent shooter that is just story-wise completely and utterly bland. I have to say, Rage really set the record for a story you really can't give a toss about, and I'm actually going to prove it during this video. How non-careable a story is. It's just really, there is no reason to pay attention to the story, and, well, honestly, okay, I haven't done it either, so maybe you could blame me for actually not even trying to give a crap about the story, but there's just one factor that will reveal itself after a while, that really tells you the best way how to... What are you again? It's by the way been a while since I've played this game, so it could be that I'm going to suck horribly. But then again, it's a shooter. Oh, hello there. Oh. Hey, that guy just kicked me. Yeah, but it could be that I might die a couple of times, but luckily it's... Wait a minute, I think I need to quickly go to my inventory because I think I have a bad weapon mapped. The inventory screen, by the way, this game also has like this kind of apocalypse. Maybe I should also talk about the story. The story is basically your run-of-the-mill post-apocalyptic, Jesus Christ, the zoo. And that's pretty much it. You just got, like, I think, woke up out of a cryogenic sleep, and basically you, from that point on, whoops, you just blindly followed whatever they said. Let's see, there is our quest log, located Nexus Core. That is our character. I've played almost 10 hours, collected some cash, etc. It's the usual stats. Weapon accuracy, oh, that's actually nice. Huh, every second shot missed. But then again, that's actually kind of nice that you have those stats. But like I said, there's inventory, you can collect all kinds of crap, you can craft different things in this crafting screen, augmenter, bomb cars, EMP grenade, mind control bolts. I didn't even use most of the things. I can even craft bandages. Jesus, I restocked on bandages before the mission began, and now I realized I can actually craft those things. Here you have the different weapons. It's nothing really nice. The pulse cannon is like some sort of minigun, rocket launcher, assault rifles, crossbow. The crossbow is incredibly crappy, I noticed. Sniper rifle, shotgun, pistol, and your trusty fists, which are completely and utterly useless, as I should stop pressing them. Alright. Oh yeah, those guys need to take 2 hits to die, because they have a helmet. And you can also loot every single enemy after you kill them, which is... it's nothing that bad, but it's gets on your nerves after a while. So you also have different tools like bandages to heal myself, grenades, that bomb car, EMP grenades. Bomb car is basically just a remote control bomb you can... Looks like I'm trapped. I should actually use the EMP grenades against those guys because I think that stuns them. Or I think against that guy, EMP grenades are good. Because that guy's a stupid shield and it should disable it. Yep, there we go. Wow, did that guy just completely spaz out? So yeah, like I said about Rage, the thing is, if you just want a really dumb and mindless shooter, this shooter is actually pretty good, I have to say. I mean, it has some nice fun, the enemies are challenging, also it has... I think it has a really good AI. There are some enemies, like the melee enemies, are extremely challenging, or at least interesting, because they actually have, unlike regular AI enemies that just run straight in at you. Hey, let's see. Oh, that's not what I wanted at all. Oh, I'm trapped. What the hell? Okay, let's use a minigun. I think this thing also has like a... You can also change ammo about it. Like, for example, there are also like BFG rounds for the other weapon. I think I might need that because I think this guy is actually quite of a big... Is it a big fella? Looks like it, but you get stun locked anyway, so what the hoo-ha. Wow. Alright, I just stun lock your ass. Sounds good to me. No harm done. At least not on me. Ha 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 ha. Where was I? I got sidetracked again. As I said, the game itself, from a shooter standpoint, is really nice. I think there are actually also some melee enemies. There you can see actually the AI in action, because they're, unlike the regular melee enemies, for example, the one in the Psychos and Borderlands that just run straight at you and just beg to get headshotted. Those are actually the other one. Oops, that's not what I wanted at all. Oh well, might as well show that thing off. Yeah, you can see it's incredibly useful. No way it isn't. It's more of a gimmick weapon. This was like introduced in one, I almost said dungeon. In one part of the game, it was basically, where are my bandages? There you go. But also playing on hard. It was like introduced in one place where you had to like steer it through places where only the bomb car could hit. Could go and then blow like a door up or a generator so you can proceed through the game, which it isn't really, I've never really seen any point of using it, but it's probably also because I'm kind of an old school shooter that just likes to have assault rifle grenades and that's it, and none out of fancy stuff. Okay, is there somewhere a button I need to press? Oh wait, that's actually the elevator. Actually, reload that thing in the meantime. Yeah, the AI of the melee enemies, like I said, is really interesting because they jump around, they try, they strafe, etc. And it's at one point, I remember one melee enemy that just he really stayed in my mind because he just completely and utterly made a fool out of me. I remember that he like ran at me, then he wasn't on the door frame, and then jumped between the door frames. So he would like, oh yeah, there are melee enemies. Although, you can see how they like start jumping around like completely psychotic, even though they also have like a range. Which makes finding them a huge chore, but I actually like it because it makes it fairly challenging. Then like I said, the Borderlands Psychos are the one thing that just gets into my mind. They really use the environment, like use those boundaries to jump off. And can be... Oh god damn it. Stop it. Can make it really challenging to keep track of them because they're so fast, so nimble, and really fucking annoying. One thing I kind of find sad that is just typical about shotguns is that this shotgun doesn't really do that much damage. I've never been able to one-shot anything, which is something that I miss out of Far Cry 3. Then again, in Far Cry 3 you shoot like people in t-shirts, and here we have some armored, whatever the hell those things are supposed to be, but still. What are those to begin with? They look horrible, Jesus. Well, it's only my duty to relieve them of their pain. Alright. I guess I have to press the shiny button. But like I said, you can see that those melee enemies are actually really interesting and really well done. Also, the regular AI is mostly not retarded. There are some guys that just hide in plain sight that could easily be shot, but otherwise. Alright, insert this growth into yeah, whatever. I just have to find the shiny thing. I can enter it. Where is it? I need to shoot you. Oh no, it's an elevator. Alright. I was like, when in doubt, just shoot the damn thing. Maybe that helps. Alright, let's quick save again. Even though it's not that necessary. I have to say, this game is also kind of forgiving in that it has, if you die, you have like a second chance. You have like an, oops. Ah, shit. I want to swap to my, oh yeah, shit. Like I said, here we see it. We have like an, have like a chance to revive and restore some health. Actually, I wanted to select my bandages, but I accidentally swapped weapons. Because F1 to F4 are those tools you have, and up and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are the different weapons. So I accidentally swapped to my fists instead of selecting the health kit. But the problem kind of is that as long as you have the health kits equipped, there's like no time. You don't need anything in order to equip to use those. It's not like a cooldown time or anything. So it just as long as you have those equipped. Alright, you can one-shot those things. Alright, I said nothing about the shotgun. As long as you have those out, you are basically invincible. I would say pretty much. I mean, there's oh damn it! Stop it. Even though it's probably sometimes a little bit hard to judge how long how much health you have left. Alright. I think pretty much when you fight those guys, you only have to like... Is it again a secondary zoom? I think there was a secondary zoom, but I don't remember it. That's one thing I forgot once, the secondary zoom, and then I spent ages to figure out what it is, and now I forgot it again. But yeah. It's not like this is a huge sniping map. But yeah, as you can see, the shooting is actually kind of fun. But everything else about the game is just very, very... The game just feels very unfocused. Like, of course I can't really show much off because I'm in the middle of a mission, but there are like dozens of little pointless mini-games. There's like... It tries to be like some sort of Fallout-ish, but the problem is... Ow! Where did you come from? Douche. Let's die. There we go. I also have to say I really love how the ragdolls tumble, but like I said, the missions are also kind of bland. It's just basically you can go through this game without even knowing what's going on. This is basically the gist of the game. If you don't care about something like story, you can play this game all day long. You're going to enjoy it. I think it has this, like I said, the style is pretty. I mean, this post-apocalyptic thing is just really overdone after a while, but if you just need a reason to shoot things, then here we go. There's your reason. Is that like... Oh no, I thought it was like a turret. No, it's just another elevator. With lasers. But don't hurt me, luckily. Only the red ones do. Red is always evil. But other than that, like I said, through the story... Basically also the thing is, the game tries to look like it's like free roaming, but in the end it isn't. There's like, you have like no freedom of decision. Stay down, Jesus. Freedom of decision. You basically just follow randomly around, and you don't really have any, yeah, like I said, any freedom of decision. The problem is that I'm currently like being part of a resistance, and this is like some sort of authority base. But the thing is, I don't really know why the authority is evil. There's like, it's just the resistance that says the authority is evil, but I don't really see it. It's just that the resistance tells me, yo, those guys are evil, you need to take them out, so go forward. It's like, if there would at least be like a real reason, because there's like, oh hey, what the hell? There we go. Only tears now. Jesus. They're like spawning endlessly. I also have to say I like this like screen tearing you got if if you get hit. It's like makes it kind of challenging to hit things. But yeah, still about the story. It's basically as soon as you wake up from this cryogenic sleep or whatever, you just blindly follow the people that tell you something. You're like a mindless puppet. You just follow everything. You have like no freedom of choice. It's not like, oh, do I support this party? Do I support this party? It's also that the world just feels really empty and lifeless because all the NPCs are these typical smears in the landscape that just stand on their prerequisite place, and that's it. You just they just stand there. It's just like they couldn't. It's not even like they need to be human beings. It's like almost worse than Borderlands. That sometimes didn't even have human beings at all. Hey guys, have a grenade. I think that's a good guy. I like how I just stunlock that guy's ass and can't do jack shit about it. Oh, I'm sorry, mate. Oh, something's hitting me. Oh, if they died, I sound like somebody made a microphone block or something. Ah! Ah! Hey, no! Okay, he stays down. And that's pretty much what will really disappoint you if you try to like get anything interesting out of the game, because it's really not deep. Like I said, the big bummer is coming if you don't want to believe me that the game is utterly bland from the story aspect. There's also like the game has also like features like dozen pointless mini games like knifey fingers, pokers, and some really kind of weird board game which is where everything is all about luck. Which is that is one that I really found weird, because there was also like some sort of card game, but I think also the board games probably just depends less on luck if you like get a deck or something. I really couldn't be arsed to do anything like that. Or one thing that especially annoyed me, stay down please, is the racing thing. You can see that at the beginning of the mission. I started to drive to the place, which I have to say really annoyed me, because I really hate those random shooting sections. Okay, that guy doesn't give a shit at all. Oh hey, got a defib charge again. Oh yeah, there's two little bars on the very bottom beneath my ammo, probably my defib charge, so I assume I even have 2 defib charge, so I can die twice before I die. Totally. Which makes the game also a little bit too thick, because I'm playing on the second highest difficulty, and it's not really have extremely much trouble. Come on, just stay down. Be a nice guy. But yeah, like I said, the game is really unfocused, and especially the driving aspect is something that is really a pain in the ass. I was lucky there's even some racing modes you can do, and I'm lucky that only like one race was really part of the main mission. You could do like more for to get a better car, but the thing is also why do it? Many of the extra stuff you can get in this game is absolutely pointless, because the game kind of really feels like it's supposed to be large, but at the same time I finished this game in like, I don't know, 10 hours or something like that. And that's really something that just makes many... in the end I started also skipping side quests, because the rewards for the side quests are just so pointless. There's like so many things you could do, but there is no reason to do it, except if you really enjoy it. Wow, that just spazzed me away from heaven. Let's do that again. That's funny. Boink. Jesus. I upgraded the platform, so I guess if I press this shiny button, enemies will appear again. Alright, let's do this. And that's really one thing I find sad about this game. If the game really would stop messing around and just really focus on the shooting part, because this roaming around thing is just really nothing interesting. It's like more, I would wish more like Singularity did. It was very linear, but at least it was focused. It was in the end also still kind of bland, but at least it was competently bland, I guess. And here it's just so much things that people say, look at this is fun to play with, and in the end I have to say it's not, it's a waste of time. Why would I do that? It's just full of random minigames, and it's just... Instead of really trying also to make it like a compelling story. Oh, probably have to... Oh. For example, I could like maybe also like balance out the shooting. Like I said, this this health kit thing is it's actually a really big thing that makes this game actually pretty easy. Because I also like I have 2 defib charges, so it allows me to die twice without any bigger penalty. For example, here I wouldn't really need to have taken a medkit, but why not? I have 16, I could craft 20 more, so why not? There's no reason not to. It's just, I think if they would like make a Rage 2, I would actually maybe get it if they really like focus on the important stuff of the game instead of just messing around with. Maybe they were just thinking like different ideas. We could do that and we could do that, and just everyone just realized and then made it happen. And because the engine is actually really great. I mean, the graphics look good. The game plays smooth as all hell. I mean, I've never bumped into any crashes or anything similar. It's just also never any slowdowns or anything similar. It's just quite a beauty to play. Ow. Stop it. Oh. Stop it. How often do I need to shoot you in the butt until you die? Stop knocking me around, Jesus. I have to say, fighting these enemies is actually pretty fun, because it's just frantic, it's hectic, it's beautiful, and you don't see many enemies just act like that, going completely nuts, jumping all around the place. Even for after a while you start getting the patterns of it, just see how the environment is built up and you kind of see it coming, what kind of moves they do. Oh, I'm running out of, just realized I'm running out of buckshots. Alright, time to change. No, that's the wrong, that's a bad weapon. That's a good weapon. Why not? Oh, I have 800 rounds of those. I might as well use it, because it's probably one of the best guns in the game. Huh. Okay, activate something. Let me first reload and see if everything's alright. And I might have to fear that now comes the big cheese. Alright. Completed. Ah, is it already not? I'm already at this point? Let's see. If it's really the point where which I think it is, then you'll probably see what I meant with this story, with this game having a story which is completely and utterly boring. Or completely and utterly ignore. And is it? Yes, it is. Yes, boys and girls, that was the final mission of the game I just played. I know, I'm actually quite a dick because I did that, but you know what? Do you honestly feel you got spoiled? Anything? I mean, was there anything you could say, oh god, that was the final mission, why did you spoil anything? Is there like any content you got, you know? That's exactly the point why I say that Rage is a completely and utterly pointless game story-wise, because nothing interesting happens. I mean, there isn't even a villain. You just fight against this authority, but there is no face behind it. There's like no villain, there's like no evil guy. I just fought through pointless soldiers, mutant things. There was like no big boss whatsoever, and that's basically the whole game in a nutshell. It is just so completely distracted with those little mini games and other shit that aren't really that important, that it just is utterly not interesting. There's just no focus. I mean, the story, like I said, this is the ultimate proof that the story is no reason to even give a remote shit about it, because there's no build-up. I mean, this didn't feel... back then when I played through the game the first time, I was shocked that this was the last mission. I was like, are you serious? Is that really the last mission I just played? That can't be, there has to be more. And unless there's like on the nightmare mode, there's like a long, another final mission or another final segment. No, this is it. This is Rage the game. A game that just really pretends to be quite long and quite extensive, because that is actually really short and just very disappointing, because it never reaches any high point. Because it also, like I said, pretended to be quite huge, but in the end it has only had like 2 bigger hubs. That's it. It felt like kind of like a Fallout, new Fallout-ish, with like different cities, etc., and you go from city to city and you do different quests, and maybe those things will start to interact with each other. But no, it's just those 2 bigger cities where you can do quests which kinda really don't matter. For NPCs, you kinda don't really give a shit about it. Then again, the NPCs, they look nice. The general design of the game looks nice for a post-apocalyptic game, because they actually are kind of dressed interesting. They all have like a certain personality, but the thing is, there is no reason to give a shit about them, because you just exactly know they will do nothing else than just stand on that very spot and do nothing else. And that's a huge difference to, for example, the Fallout games. There are really characters you do care about, because you also have to make decisions about them, like, do I let him live or who do I support? But this doesn't exist in this game. You just blindly go from quest to quest to quest to quest, or to mission, but nothing changes. It's just the game pretends to be something that it really isn't, or try to be something, and it's just, why have this pretense to be a huge free-roaming game if you really aren't? It's just the only thing you do is make people mad. Why don't you just focus on things you really can do? And, well, like I said, Software was really never really known to have really games with great story. For example, Singularity was also pretty horrible, because it had like a twist ending you could see coming from the 5th minute in the game, because it was basically spoiled already in the beginning, and you could see that coming for miles, and then they just make it look like it was a huge twist, which it isn't in the end. But at least it had like some sort of twist, it had like some sort of climax. Rage, on the other hand, has nothing. It's just there. It's just kind of like, alright, I think we did enough, we might as well stop it. The game has now 10-hour playtimes, which is above the average shooter. Wonderful. Let's go and eat lunch. That's basically Rage in a nutshell. I could like ramble on, etc., but I think I've pretty much made my point. I hope you forgive me that I basically spoiled the final mission. And as a final verdict, like I said, if you just really want a dumb shooter where you just can shoot crap with like some sort of pretense, with like crafting elements, etc., which are in the end really kind of pointless, but if you just want something, if you just want to shoot things, and a really well-made shooter that just isn't, well, not very, that just doesn't really have interesting story elements. It's like a game which you can play like while you're, I don't know, chatting with somebody, being on Skype. That's what I basically did. I always played this game when I was like in TeamSpeak, talking with others, and so I just could play this game, just shoot things, and just skip through the dialogues, because nobody gives a shit. I just walked off the quest marker. But alright, this was Let's Play for a Day, Rage. I was your host, I was Gauchmar, and
what a wow.